This week, I'm going to lead you through a breath-focused slow flow practice. We're going to start gently and then we're going to slowly build up our practice so we get the whole body moving, but we'll keep the pace slow so that you have time to check in with your breath throughout the practice. Let's get started. For this week's practice, I would recommend having a bolster, or you could have 2 blocks or a big cushion instead. Something that you can use under the back and then under hands as we go through the practice. Just a bit of extra support. And we're going to start with a reclining back bend. So we would need something to support the back in the beginning. Of course, if you don't have anything, you can also just lie down on your back on the mat. If you have a block or 2 or a bolster there, bring that support under the back. Lean your head onto that support as well. And then you decide if you want to have your legs bent, that's a good option. You can also extend your legs. Or you might decide to start with a reclining butterfly shape. Any shape in the legs that would allow you to relax your back. Make sure there's no pain in the hips. And then rest your hands and arms somewhere next to you. And we'll spend here about 5 to 10 breaths. First, take a slightly deeper breath in, sending that breath all the way down to your belly. And as you exhale, allow your shoulders, your upper back to soften. If you notice that you need to adjust your pose, you might still change where the legs are. You might also decide that you want to bring arms higher up. That's very fine. Take another slightly deeper breath in and out. Now sending the breath out to the ribs. Again, with the exhalation, allow your shoulders, your ribs, your chest to soften. Take another slightly deeper breath in and out. Now sending that breath towards the chest bone. So breathing towards that chest center. And with the exhalation, again, softening any tension that you don't need right now. Take a couple more breaths in and out. And then slowly with your next few breaths, if you have your arms higher up, just slide your arms a bit further down, or they could be out on the sides like a cactus shape. Bend your knees so you bring your feet onto the mat and start to swing your knees from side to side. Just gentle windshield wipers movement. And notice how you breathe as you start to move your body. Notice when you breathe in. Notice when you breathe out. We'll do a couple more gentle swings. And then from those swings, bring your knees to one side of the mat. Lean onto that side and slowly bring yourself all the way up into a seat. I'm going to turn sideways on the mat so you can see better, but just turn whichever way is easier for you, finding a place where you have space on both sides. We're going to go into the 4-part daoist breath in the seated pose. Now open arms out to the sides like a T shape, and then turn palms up towards the ceiling. Soften the shoulders. As you inhale, close your hands and draw the elbows in close to the sides. Open your palms, and as you exhale, push hands, push arms away from the chest in front of you. Inhale, close the hands, and again pull the arms in. Now exhale, open the palms and push hands and arms out to the sides where we started from. Same again. Inhale, close the hands, pull the arms in. Exhale, push hands away from your chest in front of you. And here you can round your neck, your upper back. Inhale, draw the arms in, elbows close to the sides. Exhale, push hands out to the sides. We'll do 2 more rounds. Inhale, close the hands, pull the arms in. Exhale, push in front of you. With your own in-breath, again, draw the arms in. Exhale, out to the sides. You might follow your hands with your gaze. 1 more round. Inhale, bring the arms in. Exhale, push hands away from the chest. Inhale, draw the arms in. Once more, send your arms out to the sides. This time, leave them there. Turn palms back up towards the ceiling. Take a breath in and out. And then as you exhale, release your hands, your arms down. Now we're going to bring left hand onto the right knee or thigh, and then step right hand somewhere behind us. We're going to twist. Inhale, lengthen up through the back. Exhale, gently twist just a bit further to your right. Keep shoulders soft and breathe here a couple of times in and out. Allow that breath to slide down and up along the spine and out to the ribs, so out to the sides. As you exhale, release the twist, come back to center. And change hands the other way around. Now, right hand on the left knee or thigh, left hand or just fingertips on the floor behind you. Inhale to lengthen up. Exhale, twist to your left. And we don't need to push, we don't need to pull. More focus on your breath, creating that twist. Each out breath, releasing the spine into that twist. So each breath is like a mini movement around the ribs and along the spine. And then again, as you exhale, slowly release the twist. Come back to center. We're going to turn onto all fours, and if you have a bolster there, you can leave your bolster or blocks where they are, and we can use them as a support as we go through the poses. On all fours, spread your palms and start to circle the weight from hands to knees, knees to hands. You can allow your spine to move through some cat-cows or side bends. Find a rhythm in your breath and allow that pace of your breath to guide those circling movements. Soften the neck so your head can follow those movements. And then change the direction of those circles. Continue with your breath. So you might be moving faster, you might be moving slower than what I'm showing. Follow your own breath. We all breathe at slightly different pace. So find your pace and rhythm, so that each breath is supporting the movement. We'll do another circle, another breath in and out. And then slowly find yourself to center. If you need, you can adjust where the hands and knees are. We're going to lift into downward dog. So now tuck your toes under. Exhale, lift the pelvis up. And you might adjust where your hands, where your feet are. If you have that bolster or block there, see if you could rest your head onto that support. Not squishing the neck,
but just allowing your head to support that downward dog a bit. You might need to walk hands and feet further away, so making your dog a bit longer. Take a couple more breaths in and out. Just noticing how each breath is lengthening through the spine, softening through the tops of the shoulders. And then we'll lift the head off that support, maybe walk hands a bit closer to the feet so that we could now inhale, send the right leg up behind us into the air. And then exhale, step the right foot close to the right hand. Coming into a high lunge, you might step your feet wider apart sideways. As you inhale, lift your back, lift your arms up. As you exhale, open the chest, bring the arms sideways down. Inhale, you can round your back and then reach arms up, open the chest. Exhale, bring the arms sideways down. 2 more times with your own in-breath, reaching forward, then up. Exhale, opening sideways down. 1 more time. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Now bring your hands all the way down onto the mat or onto the bolster, the blocks that you have there. And then exhale, lean down and forward, maybe extending that front leg. So coming into the intense forward bend. If you want, you can turn your left foot more open. So it's a bit like a warrior 1 in your legs, or more of a triangle in your legs. Take a couple more breaths in and out. The front knee could be slightly bent as well. And then we're going to stay down. Exhale. Just start to bend the front knee. Step both hands onto the mat so that you could then step back into downward dog. Now we keep head off that support. We're going to twist through the hips slightly. So we're going to turn heels to the left side of the mat. We're going to turn heels to the right side of the mat. Just allowing some side bending, twisting through the hips. Again, turning heels to the left and turning heels to the right. Then come back to center. We'll go into that lunge on the other side. So now we're going to send the left leg up into the air. Inhale. Exhale, step left foot close to the left hand. Find your lunge. You can adjust your feet. With the next in-breath, lift your back, your arms up, opening through the chest. Exhale, open the arms sideways down. 3 more times with the in-breath, reaching forward and up. Exhale, arms come sideways down. 2 more times with your own breath. Let each breath be like a wave going through the spine. 1 more time. Inhale. And then as you exhale, release the arms down. And this time bring hands all the way down onto the mat or onto that bolster block. And then exhale, lean down and forward. Kind of on the inside of that left leg. Again, you could turn your right foot so the heel is on the mat as well. More like warrior 1 or triangle legs. And again, left leg doesn't need to be fully straight. Just find a point where you find some opening through the back side of that left leg. Release the neck, release the tops of the shoulders. Take another breath in and out. And then slowly bend that left knee so that you can step your both hands on the mat. Step your both feet into a downward dog, and then from that downward dog, start to walk your hands and feet closer together, shifting all the weight onto your feet. You can bend your knees. Inhale, hands on the shins. Extend your back into flat back, opening away from the mat. Exhale, bend down, full forward bend. As you inhale, you can roll your back up. You can reach arms up if you want. And exhale, release the arms down. You can roll the shoulders a couple of times. And then I'm going to turn again sideways. We're going to go into a side bend. We found our way onto our feet. Now leave your left foot as your standing anchor leg. And then bring your right leg behind that. So your right leg behind the left leg, either the full foot on the mat or just the outer edge of the foot. Bring your left arm behind the back. And as you inhale, send right arm up. Exhale, lean to your left into a side bend. And here, focus on breathing towards the right side ribs. Breathe just below your right armpit. You might look down to the mat if that releases your neck more. Take another breath in and out. It's also a bit of a balancing pose. And then as you inhale, lengthen back up. Exhale, release the pose. Release that crossing in the legs. You can move your feet, your shoulders. We'll do the same to the other side. So now leave your right foot as your anchor. Bring left leg behind the right leg again. Could be the whole foot on the mat or just the outer edge of your left foot. Right arm behind the back. Inhale, lengthen up through your left arm. Exhale, bend to your right. And again, grounding down through that right foot. And breathing towards the left side ribs. Allow tops of the shoulders to soften. Again, you might look down if that releases the neck more. Take another breath in and out in your side bend. And then as you inhale, lengthen back up. Exhale, release your arms. Release your legs. You can roll the shoulders. And then, before we continue, we'll just move our prop. So if you have a bolster, bring it now sideways across the top of the mat. So you can use it if you want. And if you don't want to, it's not on your way. Come into just a mountain pose. Legs, feet next to each other. As you inhale, lengthen both arms up, open the chest. Exhale, bend down, full forward bend. Head can drop down. Inhale, again, hands on the shins. Extend the back into a flat back. Exhale, bend down, full forward bend. And then bend your knees, stepping hands in front of you, stepping feet behind you. We're back in downward facing dog. From here, we're going to go into the gate pose. As you inhale, send the right leg up again. Now, as you exhale, bring your right knee forward, all the way down on the mat, and step your right hand just a bit further forward. We're going to turn the right foot behind us, turn pelvis and chest to the long side of the mat. And you can reach left arm up towards the ceiling. Or you can bring left arm behind the back. Open the chest, inhale. And then you decide either staying here or with the next in-breath, start to lift your left leg up into the air. Final option, you can bend your left knee and then with the left hand, take hold of your left foot or ankle and breathing here. Again, you might turn your gaze down or up towards the ceiling. Make sure your right hand is roughly under the right shoulder. Opening across the chest. Again, sending breath towards the chest bone, towards the ribs. Take another breath in and out. And then as you exhale, slowly release that left foot down. Bring both hands on the mat and turn your pelvis, your belly towards the mat. Now push down through your hands and lift your right knee off the mat. Open the right hip, find a pigeon pose.
lowering the pelvis down. You can release your left foot toes. Here you might use a bolster for the upper body. As we inhale, reach forward. And then exhale, lean down, either towards the floor or you can lean onto a bolster. Try to soften your upper body as much as possible. Make sure there's no pain in the knees or hips. Take a couple more breaths in and out. You can send your breaths all the way down towards the pelvis, all the way down towards the lower back. One more breath in and out. And then step hands again under shoulders. Inhale, lift yourself up off the bolster. If you had a bolster there, you can turn it again sideways. We're going to now tuck the left foot toes under. Inhale, swing the right leg up into the air. From here, step the right foot once more to your hands. And here, either fingertips on the mat or step hands onto your props in front of you. And then lift your left leg up into the air. Finding warrior 3, either with hands on those props or down on the mat. Or if you want to balance more, you could lift your hands off the support, coming into full balancing pose. You choose. Take another breath in and out, wherever you are. And then slowly step your hands down, step the left foot down. And we're going to step into downward dog. Maybe rock the pelvis a bit from side to side. And then we'll do these poses to the other side, starting with a gate pose. Now you could send your left leg up into the air. And then exhale, bring your left knee, left shin forward. Bring the knee onto the mat. You can step left hand a bit further forward. And then turn left foot behind you. Turn pelvis and chest out to the other side of the mat. And again, your right arm could reach up. Or you can bring right arm behind the back. You can stay here, or if you want to balance more, start to hover your right leg in the air. Or last option, bend your right knee, take hold of the right foot or ankle with the right hand. And breathing in and out. And sending your breaths towards the ribs, towards the chest bone. You can turn head to one side or the other. Take another breath in and out in your gait. And then as you exhale, slowly release your right foot down. Bring both hands to the mat, so you're turning again towards the mat. Now push down through your hands and lift your left knee towards the chest off the mat. Open that left hip and find a pigeon pose on the second side. Again, you can release your right foot toes. You can pull a bolster in if you like. And then inhale, exhale. You can lean down and forward. Second side might be different. You might lean more to one side or the other. You might keep your upper body higher up. Make sure there's no pain in the joints. And breathe in and out. Allow your pelvis to soften. It's like a heavy ball sinking down towards the ground. Take one more breath in and out in your pigeon. And then find your hands under the shoulders. Lift your chest up. You might move your props again away. And then we're going to tuck the right foot toes under. Inhale, send the left leg up into the air.
Now once more, step your left foot forward to your hands. Step hands further forward, maybe on top of that prop, and then lift your right leg up into the air behind you. And you can make same choices on this side, keeping hands down or lifting hands off that support. Take a couple of breaths in and out. It might be that you're breathing in a more shallow way here. That's very fine. Take another breath in and out. And then we're going to come up slightly differently here. First, bring your hands down. Step your right foot to your left foot into a full forward bend. Release the back down. And then inhale, roll the back up. Reach arms up if you want. Open the chest. Exhale, release the arms down. You can roll the shoulders. And then we're going to go into the 6-part daoist breath. And we're going to do that from standing up. So find a steady place where, again, you have space on both sides to open arms. Inhale, lengthen arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows, push hands out to the sides like we did early in the practice. Inhale, close the hands, pull the arms in. Exhale, push hands in front of you, again, away from the chest. Inhale, draw the arms in, close to the body. We go down to the mat. Exhale, push hands towards the floor, full forward bend. Same from the beginning. Inhale, lift your back, reach arms up, open the chest. Exhale, arms go to the sides. Inhale, draw the arms in. Exhale, in front of you. Again, you can round your upper back if you like. Inhale, draw the arms in. Exhale, down towards the mat. Soften your neck here. 2 more rounds with your own breath. You can move slower, you can move faster. The in-breath reaches up. Exhale, out to sides. You can push your hands out. Inhale, pulling the arms in. Exhale, in front of you. Inhale, draw the arms in. Exhale, down towards the mat. Head can drop down. 1 more round with your own breath. Inhaling up. Exhale, out to the sides. Inhale, draw the arms in. Exhale, in front of you. Once more, inhale, draw the arms in. Exhale, down towards the mat. And then we'll stay here in this forward bend. You can keep knees bent or extend the legs. Soften hands. You can even hold elbows gently in front of the legs if that releases your shoulders, your arms, your hands. Take another breath in and out. And then from that forward bend, we're going to slowly come into a seat. So you might walk into a gentle downward dog if that's a good way. Bring your knees down and then find yourself into a seat. The easiest way possible for you. Now we're going to reach for our props again. Could be your bolster, could be your block. And we're going to lie down on the back, finding our way into a supported bridge. First, take a couple of breaths. Just let yourself settle. Notice the breath. You've just come from a flow. You've just come from a lot of external movement. Now notice that internal movement. The breath is still there, flowing and flowing out. And then gently press your feet onto the mat. Inhale, lift your pelvis, your back off the mat. Now reach for your prop, whether it's a block, pillow or bolster, and bring that support under your back. Or more like under your lower back and pelvis. So that you can lower your pelvis, lower back onto that support. If you want, you could again
Bring arms higher up or out to the sides. You could keep your knees bent, or same options as in the beginning of the practice with that initial back bend we had. If you want, you might extend your legs, or you might bring legs into a butterfly. Choose the option that feels best now. We're slowing down again towards the end of the practice. So make a choice that feels good in your body after all that movement. We'll spend another 5-ish breaths here. You might close your eyes if you want. Notice if there is tension around the neck or shoulders that you could release. Send another breath all the way down to the belly. And then slowly, if you have your legs extended or in a butterfly, find your feet back onto the mat. We're going to elevate the pelvis off the support and then slide the props out to the side and release the back, release the pelvis down. You could do a couple of windshield wipers, swinging the legs from side to side if you want. And then we're going to find our way into Shavasana pose. You could stay on your back, or if you prefer, you could go lie down on your belly, and you could lie down on one side. Any easy pose that would let yourself take a brief rest and bring your full awareness back to the breath. And here I'm suggesting to bring one hand on the belly, other hand somewhere where you can feel your ribs, so that your elbows can still rest on the mat. And just let yourself feel your breaths. Noticing each breath in and noticing each breath out. They are like gentle waves sliding in, sliding out. And let yourself just float in those waves. Give yourself another 5 to 10 breaths in your resting pose. As you arrive towards the end of those 5 to 10 breaths, start to slowly bring some gentle movement to your fingers, your toes. You can move your hands
your feet. Maybe reach arms overhead along the floor if you want. Or hug knees in towards the chest, towards the belly. And then in your own time, roll onto one side. Either side, which one feels more natural to you. And from your side, bring yourself up into a seat, into your final seat. And that could be any pose of your choice. If it's a part of your practice, you could bring palms together in front of the chest. Give yourself another few breaths here to thank yourself for showing up, for coming into your practice today. And I thank you very much for joining in, for sharing the practice, and for looking after yourself today. Happy breathing. Namaste. Thank you.